Hello students, the next appliance that we are going to discuss is the Jones Jig appliance. So remember, it was first discovered by Richard Jones and Michael. So these two both introduced the appliance that is known as Jones Jig. So remember, this appliance uses a open coil night eye spring that is used to deliver a force of 70 to 75 gram. So that causes a compression range of 1 to 5 mm of the molars. So remember, this appliance, it is capable of producing maxillary molar distalization with second molars erupted or unerupted in the mixed or permanent dentition or in the growing or non-growing individual. So Jones Jig assembly, what does it consist of? It consists of bands on the upper second premolar that is attached to the Nance palatal arch. So why we prefer Jones Jig appliance? The most commonest advantages is that the extent of forward movement of anterior teeth while using this Jones Jig appliance is very minimal. It can be used without need of full bended upper arch. So how does this Jones Jig work? So what we have is we have a eyelet tube that is placed anterior to the spring. So that is pushed distally, the night eye springs that get compressed and exerting a distalization force on the molars. So this is how the Jones Jig appliance work. Other appliance that is important for the distalization of the molar is the skeletal encourage system. So what this system consists of? It consists of titanium anchor plates and monocortical screws that are placed in either in the maxilla or the mandible. So remember, it has a good advantage that it uses a strong and stable anchorage unit. So it does not involve the single molar teeth distalization, but in mass movement of the maxillary buccal segment. The next appliance is the mini screw supported distalization system. So it consists of two implants that are placed in the paramedian region of the palate. The distalization force, it is applied by palatally positioned open titanium coil springs that passes through the resistance of the maxillary molars. So squeezing these coil springs and screwing the anterior position stop screws activate this appliance. Other important appliance used is MK versatile spring. So the main disadvantage of intraoral distalization appliance is that they produce undesirable tipping of the maxillary molar and loss of anterior teeth during distalization. So to overcome this disadvantage, we use MK in shape of MK versatile springs. So it is made up of 0.017 to 0.025 TMA spring in a M-shape pattern. So it consists of two helix. So it has a two helix, one at the central arm and other. So it consists of two helix, one at the central arm and other close to the teeth being mesialized or distalized. So this spring, it is activated by opening both the helix 1 mm for 4 to 6 weeks till the desired movement is achieved. So remember the counterclockwise tipping movement of the counterwise tipping movement created by helix of the first arm is cancelled by the clockwise movement of helix of the central arm that prevents the tipping movement. Other appliance that can be used is the Distilled Jet. So this is Distilled Jet. So it was described by Dr. Carano and Dr. Testa. It is a fixed palatal appliance that produces unilateral or bilateral molar distalization. So the bilateral tubes that are attached to this Nance palatal. The coil springs are to slide over each tubes. So distal jet is reactivated by the sliding the clamps closer to the first molar once a month. Other appliance that is used is the carrier distalizer that is bonded to canine and the first molar. So the Lewis carrier, what he did was he developed a new class 2 distalizer with advanced computer technology. So it is made up of mold injected nickel free titanium steel. Now, what are the removable appliances that we can use for the molar distalization? First is the Kettling Appliance. So what these appliances do is it involves a combination of extraoral force and the intraoral force in the form of removable appliance. So it utilizes a removable appliance that is attached intraorally to the tips of the crown distally, and then extraoral force that is used to upright the roots. Other appliance that is used for molar distalization is ACCO, that is acrylic cervical occipital anchorage. So what it is, again, a removable acrylic appliance that is used in conjunction with the headgear to effect the distal mass movement of the buccal segment. Other appliances that we can use is the molar distalization with the magnets. So magnets were introduced in orthodontics to generate force, field, and bioeffect. So similar, we can use magnets that are encouraged to the NANS appliance cemented on the maxillary first premolar that were activated against the first molar to move them distally. So these are the appliances that we use for the maxillary molar distalization.